Tonight, bigger and better than ever. Inside Broken Hill's new $20 million state-of-the-art policing hub. And smoky scenes in Port Pirie as a house goes up in flames at Risdon Park.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. Less than 2 years after the first sod was turned, Broken Hill's new state-of-the-art police station opened its doors today, with Police Commissioner Karen Webb and Minister for Police Paul Toole there for the occasion. The $20.5 million hub will cater for 30,000 Far West locals across 20% of the state's landmass.
All officers in Broken Hill finally under one roof. As the New South Wales Police Commissioner and Police Minister opened the new station.
Officially opening the brand new police station. And this is a brand new police station that is actually fit for purpose. This is about making sure that we are investing in a state-of-the-art facility that's going to serve our police officers here for decades to come.
The state-of-the-art hub is big enough for all 131 sworn officers, as well as the 17 civilian staff members.
It will combine general duties police, specialist police, including detectives, prosecutors, and our forensics unit, who have a specially purpose-built forensics lab.
Officers in Broken Hill had outgrown the old station, which had been the local cop shop for more than a century. The building will give police the best chance at fighting crime, solving cases and helping the community.
It's an amazing facility and it will change the morale for officers here. It will make it much easier for them to come to work and work together in this space.
Minister Toole also announced an incentive to get more police out into regional areas.
This means as part of these incentives, people can get up to $36,000 over 5 years. And we know that by having $36,000 over 5 years means that it's a cash injection.
Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Smoke filled the sky around Risdon Park this afternoon after a family home caught fire just after 12:30. Emergency crews were called to the scene along the terrace to find plumes of smoke pouring into the streets. The area was blocked off for some time as police and fire crews worked to get it under control. The cause of the blaze is yet to be determined. Meantime, SAPOL is looking for anyone who was driving along the Eyre Highway between Port Augusta and Whyalla on Wednesday night to come forward. Officers are specifically looking for dashcam footage recorded between 11 p.m. on Wednesday to 1:40 a.m. on Thursday morning. It comes after a huge inferno broke out at the tanks, where thousands of old car tyres were set alight, causing wild flames and huge smoke plumes to erupt. Crime scene investigators have deemed the blaze suspicious. Port Augusta Foreshore's revitalisation continues, with construction to start on a new public pontoon. The $1 million project could also help reduce the city's antisocial behaviour problem by giving young people another form of entertainment.
More construction at Port Augusta Harbour is on the horizon, not in the form of a bridge, but rather a swimming pontoon.
It's going to be a 40-metre floating pontoon jetty, and there's going to have some walkways off of that there, but it's about a $1 million project, and I'm looking forward to not only the completion but also the start of it, so that people here in Port Augusta can actually see some activity on this section here behind me.
Member for Stewart Jeff Brock announced the floating platform will formally replace the old jetty on the west side of the Joy Belush Bridge.
In 2019, to my information, it had to be demolished because the original jetty was an 1881 wooden jetty, and so over the years was deteriorated, so had to demolish that.
Mr Brock also signals the pontoon could help alleviate Port Augusta's antisocial behaviour crisis by providing another source of entertainment for the younger members of the community, while also acknowledging the current outreach program is having problems.
The youth centre here does a great job, and so do the other organisations. But I know that the project, the original one project, is working in some aspect. But we need to now. We've got this antisocial behaviour from the youth. We need to get on top of that. And I really feel really frustrated that it's taken so long. But we are working through that.
The pontoon is expected to be finished by April or May this year. Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
With the preferred location for the proposed Eyre Peninsula desalination plant picked and ready to go, what happens next is up to the state government. Ali Hall explains.
After more than 12 months and 16 meetings, the Eyre Peninsula Desalination Plant Site Selection Committee has completed its work. The decision, aided by community leaders, scientific reviews, aquaculture and fishing organisations, could not have come sooner.
Well, Eyre Peninsula has a significant water security issue. We've known that for some time.
Without a desalination plant, it is forecast the Eyre Peninsula could be without sufficient drinking water by 2025, and permanent damage could be caused to the Whyalla South Basin. But there has been a lot of debate about the best location, from Billy Lights Point to Boston Bay to Sleaford West.
We concluded that the Sleaford Bay site would be the best site to tick all the boxes, really.
Local representatives are in support of the decision.
Well, we met at council on Monday night and had a resolution basically supporting the Site Selection Committee recommendation.
The Port Lincoln Council is doing everything it can to ensure the Sleaford West site is selected.
We've decided to, as a council, separately from the Site Selection Committee, approach our neighbouring councils in the Eyre Peninsula and ask for their support.
With the final decision up to state government, all we can do is wait.
Time is of the essence, and I'm expecting some sort of announcement in the next few weeks.
Alison Hall, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
The Whyalla foreshore will be buzzing every Friday in March with terrific tunes performed by the city's favourite musicians. Organised by council, the free weekly events are the perfect way to relax while supporting local businesses and artists.
What could be better than food and live music down the beach? Whyalla locals can prepare to unwind in March with Seaview Cafe operators set to host weekly live music on the city's foreshore.
Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, good air for the cool?
Really good opportunity for some local artists to get down out to this new community hub and cafe that we've got down here at the beach, and also into a great setting and provide some more mellower vibes for the community.
Starting up next Friday, March 3rd, the free event will continue throughout the month, with different local musicians taking to the stage every week. The cafe's operators say there has already been huge community interest.
Get some people that want to book some tables already. We're actually going to look forward to it. It's what the community needs. It's what Whyalla actually needs down here at the foreshore.
So I'm a part of Jackdaw. We're going to be kicking the event off on Friday, March the 3rd. We'll be down here playing a few tunes. Myself and my partner Colby, we've been going together for a little while now and getting around the town. Along with us in the consecutive Fridays afterwards, there's going to be Emma Taylor, Brie Ryan, and then Colby's going to be coming back again with Emily Rawlings and doing a duo.
Only moving into the space in December, the Seaview Cafe has a new offering to add to the festival experience.
Newly approved liquor licence, so that means that, a few drinks if you want to come down and enjoy yourselves, but also everything else for the rest of the family too. Come down, enjoy yourself, hear some good tunes.
A golden opportunity for us. We haven't had this open for very long, so see how we go. Hopefully we can continue it later on in the year.
Edwin McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, a permanent place to pump some iron. Wilmington Community Gym now open. And the far west village of Silverton to host a fun day tomorrow, including adorable special guests. Welcome back. A former Port Augusta police officer has been found guilty of assault while he was an active officer in the town. Martin Dooku's verdict was handed down in the Adelaide Magistrates Court this morning. He was found guilty on 3 charges of indecently assaulting several women in 2019 in Port Augusta. Dooku's bail was revoked immediately. The officer, now in his early 20s, was a poster boy for SAPOL, with himself and his 2 brothers becoming the first 3 siblings to complete their course at the academy at the same time. After several years of blood, sweat and tears and the need for a new building, The Wilmington Community Gym has finally opened. The multi-purpose fitness hub held a ribbon-cutting ceremony, with member for Grey, Rowan Ramsey, doing the honours.
The town of Wilmington finally has a permanent place to work out and maintain a healthy lifestyle, with the community gym open for business. The result of years of dedication by members of the community determined to fill a need.
It has been 4.5 years in the making. That started from a survey that went out to the community, and it was identified in the top 10 priorities of Wilmington that there was no facility for anyone to do rehab or exercise, and just a place that the community can gather and be healthy and fit at the same time.
Officially opened by member for Grey, Rowan Ramsey, the gym features a variety of equipment worth over $135,000, and more is expected to arrive in the near future.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and like you say, half the town turned out for this one, and I said in my speech that if you want something done, go to a small community, because they really pull out all stops and they'll all work for the one outcome.
The gym opening is called Stage 2, with amenities like toilets to be installed at a later date.
Ultimate aim is to have it fully lined, air conditioning and a veranda put on the front.
The gym is also part of the Fat Farmers initiative to encourage farmers to exercise more and improve their well-being.
We know the value of being physically fit. In fact, they've got a group here called the Fat Farmers, and I said if they do their job, well, they'll have to disband after 12 months, won't they?
Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Silverton will come alive tomorrow. The Village Committee is hosting an open day on Saturday, featuring plenty of activities from merry-go-rounds to jumping castles and some face painting as well. Silverton Outback Camels will also be there with cute camels and emus in tow. The day kicks off at 8 a.m. For more details, you can visit the Silverton Village Committee Facebook page. Stay with us after the break. Adelaide Fringe in the regions. Mad March just around the corner. And Rising from the Ashes, educational talks and activities to be held at Port Pirie's Phoenix Park. Welcome back. With South Australia's Mad March just around the corner, Whyalla locals will be pleased to hear the world-renowned fringe and music acts are coming to us. The city's Unearth Festival lineup was released just last night.
Taking centre stage in Whyalla, it's time to pick up an Unearth Festival program and check out the range of talented artists about to descend upon the city. The Fringe Arts Festival returning for another year, but this time spanning an entire month.
It's going to be a little bit different. We'll be having activations throughout the whole month of March on the weekends, so it's going to be a really fun month of exciting fringy things to do.
The city will welcome blues singers Ray Beadle, Mojo Webb and the Streamliners for a night of music on the 10th. And if comedy is more your thing, the hilarious Mark Ryan will take to the mic at the Left Hand Club, and George Glass will perform his hit Stephen Bradbury the Musical.
So we have one of Australia's most loved children's entertainers, Peter Coombe, coming to Whyalla to do 2 shows. There's going to be a family show on at the Middleback Arts Centre, but there's also a grown-ups night out that'll be happening at O'Keepo's. We also have the Faulty Towers dining experience, which will include food and entertainment, and it'll be a great night out.
The festival also gives local talent a chance to take to the stage, with some of the organisers even putting on their own shows.
There will be a big night of cabaret and music. We've got a great performer coming from Adelaide Fringe, bringing her 5-star show Period to Whyalla. There'll be a few local performances, and there'll be cocktails and dress-ups and photos.
The council encouraging community members to jump on their website or pick up a physical copy of the program to see all the shows coming to town. Edwin McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
In celebration of World Wetlands Day, Port Pirie Council is hosting a community event at Phoenix Park Wetlands, an underutilised area some might not even know about. But that's all about to change with the master plan in the works.
Just behind the tennis courts lays the Phoenix Wetlands, home to over 40 species.
It provides a very functional purpose with regard to managing stormwater for a large part of Port Pirie, but by its very nature, holding stormwater, it actually, we've created, I guess, a man-made wetlands.
The wetlands is described by many as an oasis, saying they don't feel like they're in the middle of the city when amongst it. And tonight is your chance to explore the area with the kids and find out who resides there.
We're going to have some technical experts and scientists offering activities relating to frogs and birds.
Council is also interested in examining the water quality and what organisms live there. Being a beautiful landscape, Council want the public to utilise the area and have a plan up their sleeves.
What it will look like once we green it, and it'll be a great space for our families. All of the walking paths and cycling paths will link into it, and it'll just be the place to go and have a little bit of a relax.
Tonight's event wraps up in about an hour's time. Annabelle Francis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us. After the break, we preview the local cricket games being played across the region. And the worst of the heat has passed. We'll have the weekend weather details with Alex Sykes. Welcome back. It's getting down to the pointy end of Port Lincoln cricket, with round 14 getting underway at 12:30 tomorrow. Punters will have to pick between watching the Charlton Waybacks match up at Centenary or the top two teams, Tasman and Southern Eyre, at Ravendale. But here's the rest of this week's cricket tips.
Semi-final time in Broken Hill cricket this weekend. West take on Central, and West will need to rediscover some batting form because their last two performances have been pretty poor. I think they're too good a side to actually make it 3 poor performances on end. I think they'll probably turn it around, but this promises to be a very close game because Centrals have found a bit of touch towards the end of the season as well. I'm tipping West in a very close encounter. In the women's semi-final, West take on South. South's first appearance in a women's final, so that's very exciting for them. And of course, West have won all the premierships since the inception of women's cricket in Broken Hill, so they'll be very eager to get in a chance next week to keep their run going. I'm selecting West. I think their bowlers probably have got a little bit more penetration than South's, although South will be trying their best to get to a final, but I think it'll be West in the women's semi-final.
Good evening everybody. We've got the last minor round tomorrow of the Port Augusta Cricket Association A-grade games. Weather has come good for us, unlike today, so get out of your air-conditioned stuffy rooms and come out and watch some really good cricket at Eyre Oval or Chinnery Park. Tomorrow the ladder leading Corn play 4th place West Augusta. I'll be tipping Corn. But if West Augusta win, there is still a chance that they could get into the top 3. Remembering we're only using a top 3 this year, not a top 4. 2nd place South, they play Central at Eyre Oval. Central will be hoping to win that game. I don't think they will, just based on their ladder positions. South will hope they win. I will hope Corn lose, and they then could take the top spot and a week off. But I think Corn will be the winners tomorrow. South will be the winners tomorrow, and then South and Central will play next week in the first elimination final, or the only elimination final.
Hello and welcome to the first week of finals in Port Pirie cricket. It all starts here on Saturday from 12 o'clock with the qualifying final seeing Props taking on Southport. The winner of this game going straight through to the grand final. Props have been on top of the ladder all year and going to this match as firm favourites. Southport have struggled for consistency this season and will need to be at their best if they are to trouble Props. I'm tipping Props.
Well, let's see if Props can get it over the line. Well, it's time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather with Alex Sykes. Alex, there was a cool change this afternoon.
There was supposed to be Maddie. Port Augusta didn't get the memo, but Whyalla did.
dropping from 41 degrees down to the mid-20s. 33 degrees in Port Pirie today and stormy conditions in Pirie recording 41. Looking more broadly at today's weather map now, 38 degrees in Kadina and Adelaide, 36 in Broken Hill, while Port Augusta recorded 43 degrees. Taking a look at the satellite image now, a low pressure trough will continue to move over the northeast tomorrow before another ridge of high pressure moves to the south over the weekend. On the Gulf waters, tomorrow southwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots, turning it southerly during the day. Seas between 1 and 2 metres, and south to southwesterly swell also between 1 and 2 metres. Partly cloudy and set to reach a high of 23 in Port Lincoln and Cleve, a possible early shower in Woodna, 28 there. Morning showers and set to reach a high of 25 degrees in Whyalla, Port Augusta partly cloudy and 28, and early showers around Kadina, 26 there. Port Pirie also will have some morning showers, a top of 28 degrees there, 24 in Clare, partly cloudy and 36 in Broken Hill. Taking a look further through the week now, it will be a mostly sunny Sunday. Temperatures between 23 and 35 degrees. Under 30 degrees for Port Augusta. A bit of sun and a bit of cloud around on Monday. Sunny and 29 in Port Pirie, cloudy and 23 in Port Lincoln. Tuesday we'll see even more cloud coverage except for up in Pirie, 28 in Woodna and Port Augusta. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. I'll see you a little later with an update. Have a great weekend, Maddie.
You too, Alex. Thank you. And that's the local news this Friday. I'm Madeline Kerr. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. I'll have updates a little later. But until then, enjoy your evening and your weekend. Good night.